We have seen from here on the screen some of our newly ordained bishops are right here. Could I invite them to stand up for recognition, those who are with us here, the newly ordained bishops? Thank you. Thank you very much. You are most welcome to AMECEA the first time, so feel at home. Thank you. Thank you very much. And those who have been elevated to archbishops, can you stand up for accepting the cross? Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. And is there anybody elevated to be cardinal? We have not heard yet, but no problem. Thank you very much in advance. So with this, my dear brothers and sisters, we shall have, okay, yes, I'm forgetting our heroes who are alive with us and have fought the war. Like St. Paul, they are saying they are waiting for the crown, and they are right with us here. Our Bishop Emeriti, if you are here, could you stand up for recognition? All the Emeriti. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for coming and being with us. Yes. And with this, I would like to invite our brother, Dr. Carmelius Kasala, to come and give us some few message, and then we continue. Thank you very much. You are most welcome, Doctor.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Bishop Moderator, Your Eminences, Graces, Lordships, Reverends, my dear friends in Christ, brothers and sisters. May I start by saying I am humbled by being invited to speak to such an august assembly on a theme which I hold very, very preciously in my commitment, not only because I am the director of the Human Dignity Directorate of Tanzania Episcopal Conference, but especially because I have committed myself as one of the founders of the Catholic Professionals Movement of Tanzania to serve the church which brought me up to this stage where I am for the rest of my life since I retired from public service in the government 10 years ago. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to offer my service in order to advance the evangelization work in our Eastern Africa region. I have been asked to explain the meaning of the logo and the theme of the assembly. Although I participated to a certain extent in the putting up of the logo, I did not fully work together with the logo and the theme team. But after praying over the logo and the theme and meditation, and having worked on the theme of Laudato Si, giving seminars and workshops through Radio Maria International, through lay apostolate movements since October, I believe what I am going to present to you will make sense in your precious apostolate of evangelization. Therefore, I kindly request you to pay attention to the pictures of the logo in front of us, on the left-hand side and on the right-hand side, together with the words which are below the pictures of the logo. And if you happen to have it in the folder or in a booklet, please pay attention to that. We will start looking together to see what implications, what meaning, what challenges the Lord in his own way may inspire us through symbols. That is the methodology which we are going to follow. The methodology of see, judge, and act. It is the methodology of putting forward, explaining, making the social doctrine of the church to have a transformative impact on the society. As a matter of fact, it was officially stated to be the methodology of the social doctrine of the church by Pope Paul VI in his encyclical Populorum Progressio. I think it was 1967, 1968, something like that. It is also stated, recommended in the compendium, the current compendium of the social doctrine of the church. That is, the official teaching of the church proposes principles for considering or analyzing or making sense the signs of the times. And that is the first step, the step of see. The second step is of looking at these signs of the times in the world, in the society, whether they serve or not the mission of the kingdom of God on earth. And that is the judge. The third step is the response, to act. What should we do, Lord? This question is here and there, both in the Gospels and in the letters of St. Paul, especially the conversion of St. Paul on the way to Damascus. He asked, "What should I do, Lord?" And he was instructed to go and see Cornelius, and the rest of the story you know. On the Pentecost day, after Peter preached, the people were touched. They said, "What should we do?" And they were told what to do. I believe, therefore, that I'm going to share with you that question when we come to the act part on what should we together, the clergy, the religious, and the lay people, to respond fully to the message of our beloved Holy Father, Pope Francis, the message of Laudato Si', the message of conserving and protecting the environment, the message of keeping safe our common home. In the process, we are going to look at those various elements or factors under each of those three steps of see, judge, and act. So first, we are going to see, to look at, to analyze, to try to understand the logo. So seeing the logo. We have the elements of the logo. You can see the globe. You can see the blue, clear sky and the clouds. You can also see the African continent, as well as water, which is represented in the blue. When it comes to the categories of each of the elements, you see the earth, which is represented by the round circle, the atmosphere, the geosphere, the hydrosphere, the oceans, the lakes, which are represented by the water. And then if we go with further analysis, we can see obviously clouds, various gases in the atmosphere, and then soil, rocks, mountains, streams, wells, rivers, lakes, seas, and so on. So what are the environmental issues involved in each element, in each category? In the first one, we have air pollution in the atmosphere. And this we find Pope Francis has explained and described very well in Laudato Si', paragraphs 20 to 26. There is also noise pollution. In the geosphere, land degradation. This is found in the Laudato Si', paragraphs 44 to 45. In the hydrosphere, the sections of where we find water, we have water pollution. Pope Francis shows this very well in his encyclical sections 27 to 31 and 40 to 41. Let us continue to look at the logo. So we also have life, there you can see, represented by animal and trees, the giraffe. And this is the biosphere. The analysis that we have animals and fauna, plants, the flora. By the way, it is significant that the committee, I think, did not make a mistake for choosing giraffe. Why not an elephant? Why not a rhino? I think subconsciously the giraffe was selected because those who proposed the logo were Tanzanians. And all Tanzanians know that the giraffe is the symbol of the nation. So that says something about the representation of the giraffe as a symbol of the country which is hosting this assembly. Then the environmental issue with regard to that element of life, animal and trees, Pope Francis explains it very well when he talks about life destruction, sections 32 to 34. The map of Africa, you can see it there, that's what I call the Afrosphere. You can see the Eastern African countries there by their different colors. And of course, the environmental issue is that we have poor human policies and lack of political will in each of those countries. We'll see later on in detail. This is explained in Laudato Si sections 53 to 57. Then you can see the crucifix. I think it's very clear. This is what I have called the Christosphere. The Christosphere. Black cross and a black crucified body. To me, it represents what some theologians, like Professor Lauren Magesa, who speaks of the African predicament in terms of anthropological poverty. When I was looking at that black cross and the crucified body, that's what came to my mind. Of course, Pope Francis talks about it as an environmental issue when he speaks of human life deterioration. This is in Laudato Si section 42 to 52. The rest of the elements of the logo are words. These are more referential categories. The signature, the abbreviation of AMECEA is the signature, for who prepared or for whom it is intended, for which group it represents. The title, it names the event.
Logo is concerned. Now, let us go to the theme itself. Environmental impacts on human integral development. There are two theme elements. The first one is environmental impacts. And in this, of course, there are two categories, because we know there can be positive environmental effects and negative environmental effects. If you analyze these two categories in terms of meaning, the first one soil, we bring it up to life, according to the commandment that was given to us through Adam and Eve, you shall till the land. Planting grass and trees, animal life conservation, cleaning and maintaining sanitation infrastructure, waste product management, ecological friendly, human habitat planning, etc. All these are effects or environmental impacts on integral human development. But as they say, a coin has two sides. So let us look at the other side, the negative side of the impact of environmental change. So it is any adverse change to the environment resulting from activities of individuals, institutions, products or services. And in the last column, I give examples of environmental issues. Air pollution, for example. Pope Francis explained it very well in section 2020. Noise pollution, land degradation, and water pollution in the sections I have indicated there from 𝐷𝐷𝐶. I've been asked to summarize. In short, if you look at the integral human development, the goal and the process, it takes care of all dimensions of the human person. And this human person, its dignity is founded on the fact that it's created in the image and likeness of God. I also had prepared what are the environmental issues in Eastern Africa for each country, knowing that Eastern Africa, AMECEA, constitutes countries according to an index of the information organization known as Mundi Index. So I have indicated them there for all the Eastern African countries. Now I've been asked to summarize. I've also spoken about the ecological predicament, that this issue is more than 50 years old, as a matter of fact. It was spoken already in 1971 by 𝐷𝐷𝐶. And then I would like to say in paragraph 161, 7 years ago, we still have that ecological predicament. So to finish off, I thought I should leave with this question, which I believe is the task ahead of us. That is, as pastors of the church in Eastern Africa, how can we translate our understanding of the message of 𝐷𝐷𝐶 into an effective pastoral response to the negative environmental impact on integral human development in the East African context? I think the rest that's going to take place, I believe, will help all of us to answer this question, so that at the end of the assembly, we come with a commitment statement to the call of the message of 𝐷𝐷𝐶 given to us by our Holy Father, Pope Francis. Asanteni sana kwa kusikiliza.
pleased in explaining everything that is meaning for us to stay up what we are going to have. Most of them are going to come in our discussions. And we would like that guidance he has given comes very clearly to make us an impact on our sheep. Time is telling us that we should have a break, and I would ask you kindly, my dear brothers and sisters, we stand a standing tea. We go for a standing tea and a shot. Don't sit down, take a cup, and then thereafter we come back at exactly 5 so that we gain a little more time for the messages that we are going to get from our partners in this great project that we have started. So thank you very much. Let us